So our next deck that we will be featuring for our all no rares, no mythics deck is a white-green counters deck. So first is we have 4 Battlefield Raptors. It's a 1 mana 1/2 flying first strike creature. This is a target for putting our +1/+1 counters on, and hopefully just ride it to victory. Then we have 4 Blizzard Brawls. It's a 1 mana snow sorcery wherein you choose target creature you control and creature you don't control. Then if you have 3 or more snow permanents, which we will have, we have all of our basic lands are snow lands. The creature you control gets +1/+0 and indestructible. Then those creatures fight each other. So this is really good. It's a good removal. Then we have 4 Snakeskin Veil. So put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then it gains hexproof until end of turn. Then we have 2 Wildwood Scourge. This enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters, where X is the one you pay for its mana cost. And whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on another non-Hydra creature you control, this is the ability that's actually very important. Then put a +1/+1 counter on this Hydra. Then we have 4 Fearless Fledgling. So it's a 2 mana 1/1. Doesn't have flying yet, but if you trigger landfall, it gets a +1/+1 counter and it gains flying until end of turn. Next, we have 4 Gnarlid Colony. It's a 2 mana 2/2 with the kicker of 3. So if you pay 3 for the kicker, this enters the battlefield with additional 2 +1/+1 counters on it. So it becomes a 4/4. But the most important ability is the static ability on this card, where each creature you control with a +1/+1 counter on it has trample. So just imagine, your creatures get very big and they gain trample because of this card. Next, we have 4 Guardian Gladewalker. It's a 2 mana 1/1. It's a changeling, where whenever it enters the battlefield, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So this is our an enabler for the deck. Then we have 4 Conclave Mentor. I think everybody knows this card already. It's from M21. It's a pretty cool card. So it's a 2 mana for 2/2. If 1 or more counters would be put on a creature you control, so you get an additional +1 counter, +1/+1 counter on that creature instead. Then when this dies, you gain life equal to its power. Next is we have 2 Boreal Outrider. So whenever you cast a creature spell, if snow mana of any of that spell's colors was spent to cast it, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Then we have 4 Mammoth Growth. So it's a foretell for 1. Then target creature gets +4/+4 until end of turn. Then the last card is 4 of the Fall of Impostor. This is the Saga, a new card from Kaldheim. You put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature. You exile a creature with the greatest power among creatures target opponents control. So it's a pretty good removal. Then we have Snow-Covered Plains, Snow-Covered Forest to trigger our Boreal Outrider and Blizzard Brawl. Then 3 Arctic Treeline. I wanted to use 4, but I also wanted the landfall for the Fearless Fledgling. That's why I prioritize kind of the Evolving Wilds over the 4th Arctic Treeline. Then this card is also very good. So it enters the battlefield tap, it adds green mana, and then when you activate this ability, wherein you pay 1 green and 2 white, you sacrifice this and put a +1/+1 counter on each up to 2 target creatures you control. Then they gain vigilance and lifelink until end of turn. Then activate this as a sorcery. So this is the deck, the second deck that we will be featuring for tonight. So let's play some games. So we're using budget decks for today. All of our decks don't have any rares or mythics. Let's try and see how powerful these cards can be. But of course, if you're a beginner or you spent all of your wild cards already for your other decks, then I think this is a pretty good deck to use. Okay, both of our lands enter the battlefield tap, but always go for the land that can produce the 2 colors. Okay, a common card against a rare card. Let's lead with this Conclave Mentor, because when this enters the battlefield, at least we can put 2 counters on this one. It will become a 4/4. Okay, Talisman for our opponent. Oh, I hope that this entered the battlefield untapped. Okay, so let's put the counter here and start attacking for 4. This is pretty good. Hoping that our opponent will not have a lot of removals. Okay, we can have that. Stone Coil Serpent. Okay, so this is a Tibalt's Trickery deck. Nice. So opponent has an 8/8 token, an 8/8 trample token. What we can do here is maybe we can let's see. We can make this 8/8. Let's think, because our opponent has a pretty big creature. It's a Tibalt's Trickery deck, so I think it doesn't have that many of a removal. So we can just make our creature bigger. 6/6, then pass the turn. Yep, should be okay. And they don't untap. We need a creature. Yep, this is okay. Then... Yep. This is hexproof though. So now it's an 8/8. At least it's bigger. Opponent will not attack. You can just block that and attack for 10. We can target this because it has a hexproof. I think we can just take that. No, I think we should block it. Let's just take that, no blocks. Our opponent is a Tibalt's Trickery deck. We can start attacking for 10. End the turn. Opponent's down to 6. We can win next turn by casting a Mammoth Growth on whatever opponent. So good game. Good game, opponent. So that's 1 game down. No first turn. We can't first turn the Raptor. Pass. Say hello. Another tapped land. Wow. I'll just cast this. Then we Guardian Gladewalker, put the counter here, attack for 2. Oh, okay. That's too bad. Too bad. Our Fall of the Impostor will be exiled. Opponent. What will our opponent do? Doom Foretold. Wow. There's a lot of Doom Foretold decks lately. Oh, I forgot to... Yep. Pass. Okay. Not okay, opponent. Oh, forgot to activate this again. Green. This is pretty good though. Should we just make a 2/2 creature? I don't wanna... We're actually locked here. It'd be just like getting all of our creatures. So yeah, we're gonna quit this game. So opponent has us locked. So that's actually a pretty good combo. But let's see. Let's see. But overall, the black-green poison deck was also very good. Okay. We wanted an untapped land. But let's keep... Say hello. Tap land pass. Yep. Should we go with this? Yep, let's go with this. Scavenging ooze. Put this. Activate. Go for green or white. We have a 5/5 on turn 3. That's pretty good. Conclave Mentor. If we get to untap, and we didn't get to untap because we had to win. Wow! This is insane. This deck is insane. And for a deck, a budget deck, to have this power and speed, this is really cool. Just remember, we don't have any rares and mythics for this deck. For those watching, please, please subscribe or follow my channel. Let's play Magic together. And let's use some more fun decks in the future. I'd be featuring non-tier 1 decks in my streams, and I think I'll be building a lot of these no rares, no mythics deck, just for the beginners or for those people who just want to enjoy playing Magic, who doesn't want to use their wild cards, their rare wild cards. Okay. Let's see. Later, we only have one green. Snow-covered lands are cool. Okay, it's a Grixis deck. One kills our card, we gain 2. Okay, Glimpse. Hello, Feet. Welcome to the stream. So, what we're playing is it's a green-white counters deck. It's a budget deck. It doesn't have any. We're not using any rares or mythics for this deck. But so far, I'm loving this deck. We just had, but it's just that we had a very slow hand. Nice out feature. This exiles only a creature. We can drop this, put this. Yeah. But the thing is that our opponent can cast this Croxa if our opponent draws a black source. Maybe we can just try to attack and not be greedy at this point. Oh, he milled his black. He needed that. Opponent needed that. This is also a pretty strong card though. casts this. Put a +1/+1 counter on this card. Then gains indestructible. It's not enough. Just leave. Let's see how this plays on. Opponent still needs the black source for the Titan. Opponent attacks, we don't block. Three mana. 2 mana. 3? 2. No. Opponent, what are you casting? Okay. You can exile this on the next turn, so we can just try to. This is an instant. I want to save this until our opponent casts the Croxa. And we drew the same card. Now it's 10. Just put this into the battlefield. And the turn, take 6 again from our opponent. He'll attack anyways. Which should be fine. Opponent still can't cast the Croxa. Okay, opponent is looking for that black mana, which if he can find, he can hard cast Croxa. Yep, and he found it. So we can still win next turn. We just have to no block this. Opponent will cast Croxa. Then we can just Blizzard Brawl. Oh! But that's also okay.
Ruining your day is going to feel great.
Good game. Nice game, nice game. So again, I'm loving this deck. Please do subscribe and follow my channel. I'd be featuring a lot of magic, and not to mention budget magic decks like these. We're trying to find the budget decks that can become very competitive as well. So I think this is a very good option to have. Like, it's pretty strong, it's pretty straightforward. You can use this deck while gathering your the wild cards that you need for your main deck. So thank you very much again. See you in my next stream. Peace out.